All right, we've reached the end of Defender Week. Now we've learned about builders, we've learned about explorers, and we learned about defenders. Those of you that have stuck it out this far, one, thank you. We're so excited to get to know you a little bit more as we continue to create Bastunia. We'd like to create Bastunia in all of our image, not just Matt and myself. We'll, of course, have lessons and character lessons we want to teach, characters we want to bring into this. But I'm sure you all will have people that could thrive in the world of Bastunia characters or lessons. Please let us know. Like this video if you support the cause. Give it a share, give it a subscribe, follow us on social media. Today, we are going to talk about a regular occurrence in No Wasteland, which is the Colosseum. I'll tell you a little bit of how it was created, what we're thinking right now. So I'd actually love it if you have a better lore or a way to bring this lore more to life. Drop it in the comments below. That being said, let's dive in. I'm going to share my screen here. So, as we said before, Bastunia started to separate when people could only get one calling. Builders went to the builder world, or to Metropolia, I should say. Explorers went to base camp, and defenders went south to a place called No Wasteland. And now defenders act through love when they're in their flow state. When they're in that zone of genius, they're acting from a place of love, right? 1 second. Yeah, cool. No. There we go. They're acting from a place of love. When they're in their shadow, when they're in kind of when they get out of balance, they're resentful. So that being said, when the defenders first left, they were in this flow state. They said, "Hey, we love our brothers and sisters, and we want to protect them." But that only takes a generation or two to get out of whack. We see this in modern day, how religions can rise and fall with just one bad generation. So this one defender, great leader, loving leader, was basically on an assignment. He was to work with a builder, and he was to protect a builder from his main city up to Metropolia. He's to protect him. That was his assignment. And along the way, although acting from love, and a Zigra attack occurred, and this defender was put in a tough spot to basically be able to protect this builder or protect a nearby house that had young children and women in it. So Zigra kind of attacked, put him in a really tough position. The defender decided to say, "Hey, I'm on an assignment." He thought of money and that recognition first and foremost. He protected the builder, and he watched the utter destruction of this house along with everybody in it, the mom and the kids. And this really shook the defender up, right? It kind of showed him his true stripes, that when push came to shove, he was going to defend the person that was really just going to give him recognition and not act from a place of love. And he vowed to never do that again. And this builder, who sees what just happened and also seeing that he was saved, says, "You know what? I'm going to make a deal with you. I'm incredible at my craft. I want to build a structure for you and your loved ones down in No Wasteland." In No Wasteland, the houses are pueblo, made of clay, very run down, because there's not a lot of builders down there. It's mostly all defenders, right? So this builder said, "Hey, I'll go with you to No Wasteland. I will erect a shrine to thank you for what you've done." And the defender says, "Thank you. I appreciate that." And what the defender chose to have this builder create was what he called the Colosseum. And this defender vowed to use this as a ground for all defenders to come to train and to get better at their craft, to compete for the glory of competition, of course, but also for love, to say, "Hey, wow, let's really be good at what we do. Let's perfect our craft to be able to go out there and protect our brothers and sisters." The only challenge was the original construction of the Colosseum was was, the foundation was riddled in blood, and people will slowly find out this defender's dark past. So the Colosseum will really be this battleground that has both this loving angle and people that are competing in the Colosseum through this loving angle, but also people that understand the background and say, well, savages created this. We're savages. We're going to be the best savages there are. And if I can win the tournaments in the Colosseum, I'm going to get the highest prize. I'm going to get the assignments to go protect the explorers at base camp. Or I'm going to get the assignments to go protect the all build. Because at the end of the day, I'm a badass and I want people to know it. And this is going to be the conflicting characteristic we constantly see in the way of the defender is, are they acting from a state of love? Are they acting from this selfish state of, well, look at me. If people don't want to give me the credit I deserve, I'll give it to myself. This arrogance that can come with it. And we're going to see a lot of it in the Colosseum. For those of you that follow anime or follow manga, I'm sure you always know that there's almost always a tournament arc. The tournament arc will exist in No Wasteland. It'll exist in the Colosseum, where Joan, maybe Artie, and Buntu will partake in the festivities of the Colosseum. How do they do? We don't know. Who do they find there? We don't know. We really hope the book series gets that far along, but for the time being, that is our idea of the Colosseum. Please let us know what you think of it. Could it be better? Are there questions you have? Email us, comment, follow us, subscribe, all that shit. We love you. I thank you so much for watching as much as you have from Bastunia and the Unfound Anamnesis. Like I've said earlier this week, next week, we're actually going to talk about Buntu's world. The origin story of this entire universe, not just Bastunia, how Buntu was created, who created them, for what reason, and the great war that exists between light and darkness. But for the time being, I'm Dylan. This is the Unfound Anamnesis. Thanks for following us, and we will see you next week.